special day, Women's Day. And this is something that I also celebrate personally.
Great. So, Shrishti, as a part of our 7-day conversation series, we welcome you to have a nice, candid conversation around women, their beliefs, limited beliefs, empowering beliefs, and some of the conditioning that we grew up as women who which shape our opinions growing up.
Sure. That sounds
Great.
good.
Let's get started. There are some questions that we'd love to take your opinion on, your perspective, the lens that defines Shrishti Gaur as a woman to these certain areas and aspects.
Wow, I already feel like a celebrity, so thank you for giving me that feeling. I was telling my husband, I'm going to a podcast.
Great. So, first question. What's the one belief about yourself that for the longest period of time has been the driving force of your career for Shrishti, but you decided to throw it out?
Yeah, I think one belief that was there in me for quite long, and that was I'm not ready yet. For really long in my time, I was driven by this thought that I'm not ready yet. But at times, if you really need to be like 100% prepared for something to get delivered, and sometimes being just spontaneous, just be yourself, really hits the right spot. So these days, I really don't think about that I need to be super prepared, 100% prepared for anything or any project that comes up, be it my personal life or professional. I don't carry that thought of that I'm not ready yet.
I'm glad that you brought that up because I read somewhere that most of the women in a focus group discussion said that they suffer from imposter syndrome, where
Syndrome.
they think that they're not ready yet or they are not up to the mark, whereas um, they have been told that they need to be 100% while getting into something and not learning along the way.
Yeah, syndrome will always be there. So do not overthink. This is what I've learned over the period of time while working in L&D and while growing up, is that we can never be 100% prepared. So just trust the process and go along.
Great. What is that one cheat code slash maybe like a dialogue that you tell yourself every time you're starting something new?
I'm a Shah Rukh Khan fan, so I just tell myself that I'm the best, and I sometimes listen to that song, so that really drives me in a positive direction.
Oh,
So I think
wow.
so one thing that I've started doing now is that just trusting my own self and thinking I'm the best, even if I'm not. But if I think that I'm the best, I think that really boosts me up and gives me confidence in life.
That's great. Um, Music does give a lot of positive affirmation. I've also realized that the days when we wake up listening to some peppy music or feel good, it does alter the mood. Sound therapy. Yes.
Yeah, it
Next
does.
question. What version of you had to retire for you to lead the way that you do today?
Yeah, so this is a very interesting question, and I think a few people in the past have expressed that I'm kind of intimidating and not someone who can be reached out to easily. So I felt this for quite some time, and in my college days and early corporate days, and I think that version has now retired, especially while being in a profession like L&D. I feel learning and development has a huge role to play in my own life and in my own development also. So now I have, over the time, I have learned to create much more positive environment around myself, and I don't get that feedback really anymore about me. So I think
Wow.
the true leadership really lies in showing warmth and empathizing with other people and building those relationships, because they are essential not just in your personal life but also in your profession.
I am amazed because there are very few people who I have met who consciously work on becoming approachable for their peers and teams.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to have associated with you on a professional project as well. And let me tell you, you're a very, very warm person personally.
Okay, thank you. Please tell that to my some of my close friends and my husband.
um, was there a compliment that you received growing up that was actually something that felt limiting to you?
I would say no. I'm someone who really grows by recognition and appreciation. So that really
Hmm.
helps me build more self esteem. And good things have really never pushed me down. So if someone trusts me or my abilities, I'll make sure that I live by that trust. So I'm somebody who gets motivated by positive compliments and recognition and appreciation.
Me too. I second that.
Yeah.
If you were if you were to say something, a piece of advice to a 22-year-old Shrishti, what would that be? Especially if you wanted to ask her to unlearn something.
Yeah, to my younger self, I would say stop taking quick decisions. So, taking quick decisions is something that I would unteach my 22-year-old self. And gradually, I've realized that being slow is being fast. And that is something I would advise to, in fact, all the younger generation now coming in, that it's okay to calm down. It's okay to take a few steps back sometimes, because when you take a few steps back, you tend to have a much longer leap in the long run. Oh wow, I said leap.
That's the reason.
And leap is something which we did with you.
Yes, that's the reason Shrishti and I are now acquaintances slash friends. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah,
Um.
so yeah, so
Yeah. Please
not
go
to
ahead.
overthink, not to be too impulsive. So those are some of the things I would tell my younger self.
I'm pretty sure when we look back and we look at our younger selves, I also have this feeling of immense gratitude that there's a long journey that maybe younger Kavisha has crossed. Has there been any aha moments that, okay, you felt that younger me would be so proud to see this today?
Younger me, I think my younger me is proud for the person I've grown today. And I don't know if it is applicable to everybody, but I was very impulsive. Like I told you, people really found me intimidating. Maybe those are some general traits when we grow up, but it's really about understanding your your negative points, or understanding your developmental areas. Taking feedback from your friends, your parents, and not getting defensive is something I learned as I grew up. And I think my younger self is now happy to see how long I have come along in this journey of the learning and development space, and making other people also grow in their lives.
Nice. That's a very nice and thoughtful answer, and something to reflect on, because I'd like to, in the longer run, be looking back and think that, oh, I've developed patience, because that's something I also struggle with.
Yeah.
Um, Last question, because we've been talking about things that women need to unlearn, learn, rewire. What is your focus of this year? Something that you would like to unlearn and then adapt something new?
Yeah, something that I'm unlearning, not just this year, I started this very strategically from last year, is saying yes to everything, and really strategize your next move. It's important that we focus on our own health and the kind of the load or the workload that we have in our personal lives and our professional lives. It's important that sometimes we say no and manage our priorities. And to be honest, saying no will not spoil relationships if that no comes strategically. And there's no harm in just prioritizing your own life and your own schedule.
Definitely, yes. That is something that is the need of the hour as well, to bring back the focus on what needs your attention and what can be decluttered away in your life.
Absolutely.
Okay, my last question, which is an interesting one. If a movie had to be remade with you, Shrishti, being the protagonist, which will that be and why?
Yeah, so this was something. So okay, so there's this movie. I don't know if you've watched it. It's quite famous. It's Dear Zindagi, and in this movie, I would not want to play the lead role, which is Alia Bhatt's role, the Kiara's role, but I would play Shah Rukh Khan's role here, Dr. Jahangir, where I could relate to that role because of the profession in which we are in L&D and being a facilitator. and guiding people through their life complexities. So this is what we all do, and I think if there was a movie that had to be made and I be a part of that movie, I think I would do Dear Zindagi and play Dr. Jahangir.
That's a really nice movie, and it's a very feel-good movie also. On a
Yes,
very sidetrack, my favorite scene is actually everybody's favorite scene, the chair scene, because that gave
yes.
a very
Is that
freshness.
you need to find out the right chair. So why
Definitely.
doesn't that apply in choosing the right people in your lives?
Absolutely. Great. I had such a fun conversation with you, and it was so fresh. It was so nice to also hear what you have to add on to these questions. Now, time for something more lighter and spontaneous, fun, rapid. So I would give a statement, and then you need to finish. So it's more like a fill in the blank, but you can't take more than 3 seconds.
Sure, let's go on.
Yeah. Okay. One word people overuse to describe you.
Chirpy. So you see, from intimidating, I've been to this new self called Chirpy, and people call me that I'm
Wow.
lively and I'm more fun. So I love to listen to that. Even if it is overused, I'm fine with it.
You're an example of shift can happen from how people view you. Yes.
What seemed to
Uh,
be earlier and now.
One word you wish people used instead.
I'm fine with Chirpy, I think. That's fine. I love to be.
Playlist.
Yeah.
Playlist while preparing for something big. One song.
Okay, I have a few songs that I listen to whenever I'm working on something big. So one song is Unstoppable, by an Australian singer. I think Sia is her name.
Yeah. Yes.
And I also love listening to the song Ashaएं from the movie Iqbal. And there's another favorite song which is quite motivating for me. It's Ek Zindagi from the movie Angrezi Medium. So that's
Uh-huh.
really, I'm able to relate a lot to that movie. So these three songs are really powerful for me, and they give me a lot of motivation working on something big.
A ritual before an important meeting.
Ritual.
Yes.
So this is not something I do, but this is something my husband wants to do. So he just gives me a hug before I step out of an important training session or an
That's so
important
sweet.
meeting.
That's very sweet. uh, the smallest thing that instantly boosts your confidence.
Usually, I've seen that people would say to others like all the best. So I think don't tell me all the best. Don't say all the best to me, because all the best kinds of build a lot of pressure. Just tell me that you are going to rock, because that builds a lot of trust in me and my abilities. So yeah, when you say, Shrishti, I know you're going to rock, I think I'm going to rock. So that is something that boosts trust, would boost my confidence.
Confidence. Nice. One thing you have stopped apologizing for.
So I would say just being myself and being more authentic. I don't try to be anybody else, and I've stopped pleasing people. So I just be myself, maintain relationships, be kind to others, but yeah, be authentic.
And Shrishti, on that note, wishing you and all the women around you a very happy and strong Women's Day. And thank you so much for coming and having this conversation with New Code. And we are very, very happy that we are associated with you.
Thanks, Kavija. It's always a pleasure to be working with you, and you're doing such an amazing job by not just delivering training sessions but keeping that connection live. So I really appreciate all the efforts that you do. I know we have done the project, but staying connected with your clients is one thing that will really make you further successful in your careers and in the industry.
Thank you so much.